When I was 19. When I did
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the regular council meeting, City of Gulf Shores, October the 13th. I will call the meeting to order and ask Pastor Larry Wood from St. Andrew by the Sea to lead us with the invocation. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much, Mayor Kraft, members of the council. May we all bow. God, we're grateful to give thanks today. You provided a splendid weekend. It could not have been finer weather, and it was also a wonderful time to welcome in some 300,000 visitors to celebrate the Shrimp Festival. We're grateful for all that you have done, but we're also grateful for the hard work of many in this city. Those within the business community, many good volunteers through the chamber, and especially the Department of Public Works, which just shouldered the load. All of these efforts demonstrate for us again the blessing that we share as a community. Thank you for giving us these regular reminders of just how fortunate we are and what we can put forward for all those who come to these shores. And we ask your blessings upon all hardworking people in the name of Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Allegiance to the flag of the United States, to the republic, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Took a minute. Got kind of choked, couldn't swallow there, so I couldn't speak. But thank you, whoever got us started. So with that, Toby, call roll, please.
Yes, sir. Mr. Garris.
Here.
Mr. Sinek.
Here.
Mr. Harris.
Here.
Dr. Dyken.
Here.
Mr. Jones.
Here.
Mayor Kraft.
Here. First item on the agenda of approval of minutes, we got 3 sets to consider tonight, the first of which the regular council meeting of September the 22nd.
Motion to approve September 22nd, 2025 regular council meeting.
Second. Have a motion and a second to accept these minutes as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those minutes are approved. The next set is September 30th, canvassing returns of municipal runoff election.
Move for the approval of the minutes of the canvassing returns municipal runoff election.
Second. Have a motion and a second to approve these minutes as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
1 abstention duly noted. 2 abstentions. I wasn't here either. Those minutes are approved. The next item is the council work session meeting of October the 6th.
Move for the approval of the October 6, 25 council work session.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve those minutes as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
1 abstention duly noted. Abstain also. Approval for expense vouchers?
Move for the approval of, is there any discussion?
No, yeah. I'm sorry, folks. I'm struggling here. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed to the meeting?
Let's get, you got to present it first. Anna?
Yes, the total expense vouchers was just over $10.1 million. Of that, 8.3 million constitutes our capital projects. The largest ticket items were the high school, pedestrian bridge, and justice center. We had just over $800,000 in usual operational expenses. The largest portion of that was for our budgeted annual city school appropriation for $670,000, as well as our audit expense and some software expenses. Capital purchases totaled just at $120,000 to purchase some fire department extractors, a 60-inch mower, and a gator for, I believe it was the Public Works Department. When you back all of those expenses out, the operational expenses totaled just over $885,000, and that did span a 3-week time frame due to the additional Monday in September. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Anna. Any questions for Anna on the expense vouchers?
Move to approve the expense vouchers as stated.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve these vouchers as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those expense vouchers are approved. Thank you, Anna. Next item is we have a proclamation on Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Amy?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Whereas domestic violence is a serious crime and safety issue that affects individuals and families throughout Alabama, and whereas domestic violence impacts people of all ages, races, ethnicities, and socioeconomic backgrounds, causing physical, emotional, and psychological harm, and whereas in the United States, an estimated 1 in 3 Americans will witness an incident of domestic violence during their lifetime, and children who grow up in a home with domestic violence are at a higher risk of being abused and neglected, and whereas Gulf Shores, Alabama recognizes the importance of raising awareness about domestic violence, supporting survivors, and promoting prevention efforts to create a safer and healthy community, and whereas we are committed to fostering a community that stands against violence, promotes safety, and supports survivors through education, collaboration, and access to resources, because we know only a coordinated community effort will put a stop to this heinous crime, and whereas October 2025 is recognized nationally as Domestic Violence Awareness Month, providing an opportunity to educate the public and encourage action to end domestic violence. Therefore, on behalf of Mayor and fellow council members of the City of Gulf Shores, I do proclaim October 2025 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month in Gulf Shores, Alabama. I call upon all residents, businesses, and organizations to join in raising awareness, supporting survivors, and working together to prevent domestic violence in our community. And Ariel from the Lighthouse is here. If you could join us up front and we'll get your photo. Mayor, if you'd like to come down and get your photo.
Thank you. Thank you, Amy. Next item is a promotion and recognition for lifeguard Chief Seeley.
We're gonna do the promotional recognition in 2 weeks, Mayor. We had a change of plan there, but I am gonna recognize 2 lifeguard of the months for August and September. First is Will Yokel, was the lifeguard of the month for August. Will's not able to be here. He's already gone back to school. He's at Auburn. He's a 4th-year marketing student there. So, but he's a 2nd-year guard here, and he's done a great job. The guys and girls describe him as the life of the party, a great leader, high-energy person that's done a really good job. In fact, he's got a heart to work here, and he wants to come back and work here full-time, and when that possibility arises. And he actually went over to Walton County and worked shift, thought he was going to like it over there, and quit after 1 day and came back, said Gulf Shores is his home. So we'll make sure we get this to him in appreciation of all he's done for us. So next, Kylan. For September, we got Kylan Winter as our lifeguard of the month. Kylan is a young lady from California. She grew up and was born and raised in California, and ended up in Alabama at the University of Alabama as a swimmer, on scholarship there. She was a 4-time national champion at the University of Alabama. I mean, All-American. I'm sorry, not 4-time. Pretty dang impressive. She also won the Brad Davis Community Service Award for volunteer work while she was there, so very impressive. And since she's been here, she graduated in May, and then she came here over the summer, and she loves it here. She's in fact, she got a letter today to get an interview. She's trying to get into PA school at South Alabama. Loves it here, wants to come back next year, and she's done a great job for us. And she competed on a national level on our lifeguard team out in California this summer. So she got to go home and compete against some home people and the rest of the country. So very proud of Kayla. So if you would join me in congratulating Kylan as our lifeguard of the month.
very good. Thank y'all.
Next item on the agenda, I'd like to invite Dr. Sonia Price to come forward for present the Make Waves Kindness Day.
Good afternoon, Mayor Kraft and members of the council. On behalf of Gulf Shores City Schools, I wanted to begin by thanking you for your proclamation last year of Make Waves of Kindness Day being on November 13th in the city of Gulf Shores. Your recognition of this day has helped shine a light on the importance of kindness, inclusion, and community connection, values that define who we are as a city and as a school system. A little background on Make Waves of Kindness Day. What began several years ago is a focus on Light It Up Blue, an event focused on raising the awareness of individuals with autism, has grown into something even of a larger scope with Make Waves of Kindness Day. It's a day where we are teaching our students and our faculty and our community members about appreciating the neurodiversity and the differences that everybody uniquely has around us. As a reminder that some of our neighbors, those with special abilities or disabilities, may think differently, move differently, or see the world differently than we do. Yet, like all of us, they share a desire to belong, to have friends, and to contribute to this incredible community that we call Gulf Shores. Last year, with your proclamation, we saw the spirit of kindness spread across the city in such a larger scope. It moved me. When I saw local businesses displaying Make Waves of Kindness on their billboards and their signs, what really got my attention was that the Christian Club at Coastal Community College went around in the name of Make Waves of Kindness Day, delivering goodies to the first responders. And I just couldn't believe it. It feels like these little ripples that y'all started have just spread everywhere now. So thank you. Across our schools, the students and staff participated in so many kindness challenges and activities all week long. So this year, I'd like to challenge everyone in our community to embrace this day once again. Take the time to include someone who might be overlooked. Show someone that they're loved and appreciated for their unique gifts that they bring to our city and our community. Do something random. Reach out to somebody that you think maybe isn't ordinarily reached. In addition to promoting awareness and kindness, this initiative also helps raise funds to support our students with exceptional needs. Through t-shirt sales, donations, and sponsorships, we provide additional classroom materials, adaptive tools, and other supports that directly benefit our learners. There's a social media gift out that has a QR code. If you were interested in ordering a t-shirt or anything of that nature, they will be delivered. The sale ends on the 19th, which is next Sunday, and then they'll be delivered. We'll bag them up and we'll get connected with the people that order them, and we'll get you your stuff. Also on the other one, we have an opportunity to donate if people who donate $100 or more get a yard sign. So earlier today, I had the privilege of getting to go out and put signs in people's yards and thank them. And it's just really exciting to start seeing those things pop up around the city. And I just can't say enough, but thanks again, Mayor Kraft, City Council, for all you did and all you do and continue to do to support the schools and the students and help everybody just learn the Gulf Shores way. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Price, for your leadership to allow us to get involved in something like this. It's a beautiful program. So thank you for your work in that. Next on the agenda, we have public assembly permit, several of them, Grant.
We do. Excuse me. Yes, sir. Mayor and council and Toby, thank you for today. So last Monday, we presented 4 public assembly permit applications in pretty great detail. I'll go back through them a little more abbreviated version in case there are any questions or if people have not had a chance to review. So the first public assembly permit application is the Meeting of the Minds, which is the Parrot Head organization, which has been coming to Gulf Shores for a number of years now. The event is scheduled to take place on Wednesday, October 22nd through Sunday, October 26th, so just in a couple of weeks from now. They'll be starting to set up around the beach area around the 20th of October. In fact, one of the tents that was recently used for the Shrimp Festival will be utilized again for one of the tents that the Meeting of the Minds is using for registration. Before you on the screen is in the bottom left-hand corner is the tent location where the Meeting of the Minds will be hosting their registration. And then the Gulf Shores Orange Beach Tourism Welcome Wagon van will be placed just outside of the entrance into the stage area for the back of the hangout area. This application has been vetted by all the departments, and it is ready for your consideration and action, and it is recommended for approval. Be happy to try to answer any questions.
Thank you, Grant. Council, any questions or comments for Grant on this issue?
Move for the approval of the public assembly permit application for Meeting of the Minds 2025.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve this application as submitted. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That permit is approved. Grant, one more or another one?
Couple more, yes, sir. This next one is a new event. This is an application for assembly from Sunny 105.7 for a 0.7K walk, run, and crawl scheduled to take place November the 15th here in Gulf Shores from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. They intend to start over at the Sloop Restaurant along East 24th Avenue and make their way east across 24th over toward Big Beach Brewery and then back at the end of the event. A sign application has been presented to planning and zoning, and before you are locations where they intend to place signage to be able to identify how people can get to this event and the activities within the event. This application has been presented to all necessary departments. They are waiting for their renewal of their insurance, so we do not have their final certificate of insurance, liability insurance. So if you are willing to approve with conditions of a final receipt of an updated certificate of insurance, it is ready for your consideration and requested approval.
Coordination with the construction that's going over there on 24th and 2nd. Now, we comfortable that that'll be okay to have this on the 15th?
Yes, sir. Yes, they'll be limited to sidewalks, and working with Clint and his project management group will make sure that this is not obtrusive to either the construction or the people.
Thank you, Grant. Are there any other questions for Grant on this assembly application?
Move for the approval of public assembly permit application for Sunny 105.7 walk, run, crawl.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve this application as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That permit is approved. Grant, next.
So next is a 2026 event. This is the Big Beach Marathon, Half Marathon, and Safari 5K. This organizer, Mike Clark with Junction 311 Sports, has successfully produced these events for a number of years in the past. Scheduled to take place January 24th and 25th of next year. The 24th is the 5K, start time at 9 a.m., and it would be completed around 11 o'clock. And then on Sunday would be the full marathon and the half marathon. So there are a number of routes that are used for these three races. The Safari 5K, which is there before you on the screen in front, starts at the area just on West First Avenue and moves west all the way to West Lagoon Avenue, down on 11th Street, and then back to end near the Hangout at Gulf Place. Then the larger races, the half marathon and the full marathon, both start at the Hangout and work their way up into the backcountry trail system. They'll go north on Highway 59, then make their way into the backcountry trail. They'll either do the short half marathon or shorter, or the full marathon through the backcountry trail, exit the trail in and around Lake Shelby, and then return to the Hangout for the finish line. These applications have been also presented to all departments and recommended approval today.
Thank you, Grant. Council, any questions for Grant on this public assembly permit application?
Move for the approval of the public assembly permit for the Big Beach Marathon and Half Marathon.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve this presentation as presented. Any discussion or comment? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That permit is approved. Grant?
Yes, sir. And the final application is for the Sea Turtle Half Marathon and Sweetheart 5K. This takes place on February 14th, which is Valentine's Day of 2026. Similar route to the previous application. These take place in and around Gulf Place, and we'll head west on West Beach Boulevard, ending up back at Gulf Place. This is the half marathon route, and then the shorter race route for the Sweetheart 5K, looping back West Lagoon Avenue down to 11th and back over toward Gulf Place for the finish. This is also produced by Junction 311 Sports, and they have done a good job over the past years of producing these events. So these are also vetted by the departments and approved and approval recommended today for action.
Thank you, Grant. Any questions for Grant on this assembly permit?
Now move for the approval of the Sea Turtle Half Marathon and Sweetheart 5K.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve this permit as presented. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That permit is approved. Grant, now we're going to move into new business. And the resolution 7036.
Yes, sir, thank you. This is a request and an authorization to authorize the purchase of 2 sets of the bleachers that you see before you on the screen. So a little bit of background, working with the NCAA and our local producers, Gulf Shores Orange Beach Tourism, we are anticipating improvements to the site of the National Beach Volleyball Championship. The request is to purchase 2 of these 330-seat grandstands, which will be able to be placed on the sand and give additional viewing for courtside seating, which will then allow us to sell additional seating and courtside seating. Before you on the screen is the location for the proposed location for these grandstands on the beach. As far as the funding for this, we were fortunate through Senator Chris Elliott, and a supplemental education budget for a $200,000 grant to improve the fan experience of the National Beach Volleyball Championship. And so utilizing that $200,000 and an additional $60,000 for the purchase, which would be taken from the appropriated $190,000 annually for the production of this tournament, we would recommend the purchase of an amount not to exceed $260,000 for the purchase of these grandstands. One of the benefits of having these grandstands in town over and above the NCAA is we're able to move these and use these at other places, such as the football stadium, where we're sorely short of seating near our homeside bleachers. We can use these for other events at the beach, like the AVCA National Beach Championship. Can use them for other events even throughout the city. So with that, I'd be glad to answer any questions, but we'd like to get the mayor to authorize the approval of 2 sets of these grandstands.
Thank you, Grant. Council, that's resolution 7036.
Motion to adopt resolution 7036.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion or comment? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 7036 is approved. 7037, Grant?
Yes, sir. My final business to present to you today. The issue is the winter concert series. We are requesting that the council authorize the mayor to enter into contracts with artists to perform for the 2026 winter concert series. Annually, we proceed with this request. In the year that we are in now, we budget the expenses for the entertainers, and then in 2026, when the tickets are sold, we'll put the revenues into that particular calendar year. Last year, with roughly $60,000 in entertainment costs and a total expense to produce this event of $69,137 and over $100,000 in ticket sales, resulted in $30,900 in revenue over the expenses for this program. And we use that revenue to offset a lot of the non-revenue generating events that we host within our special events department. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
That's resolution 7037.
Move for the adoption of resolution 7037 as presented.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve this resolution as presented. Any discussion or comment? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 737 is approved. Thank you, Grant.
Thank you.
Next, we have resolution 738. John?
Thank you, Mayor. There are no changes on this matter from last week. We are, if you remember, the city created a nonprofit grant program for nonprofits within the city that provide a public purpose as defined by the Alabama Constitution within the city of Gulf Shores. We did advertise this and received 19 applications. Of those 19 applications, we are recommending awarding $2,000 grants to 5 organizations: the Christian Service Center, the Sea Glass Initiative, the Gulf Coast Arts Alliance, Feeding the Gulf Coast, and the South Baldwin Literacy Council.
Resolution 7038.
Motion to adopt resolution 7038.
Second.
Motion to second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 7038 is approved and adopted. Jesse, 7039.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. So no changes since last week. The airport authorities applied for and been awarded a FAA grant in the amount of $448,150 for eligible terminal expenses. And I am recommending the council ratify and allow the airport authority to accept the grant via ratification and confirming. So,
Thank
any
you, Jesse.
questions?
Council, any questions on resolution 7039?
Move for the adoption of resolution 7039 and waive its reading.
Second.
A motion to second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 7039 is approved and adopted. Thank you, Jesse. Clint, you got a couple for us?
Yes, I've got 4, and they're all the same as last week. I'll run through them real quick. So the first one is to authorize the mayor to negotiate and purchase right-of-way for the Waterway West project. And again, that's the map there. There's 4 properties in question. And we do have this budgeted, some in this year and then some in next year's budget. And so staff recommends authorizing the mayor to negotiate and accept purchase agreements between these property owners. And I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, Clint. Council, any questions for Clint on resolution 7040?
Move for the approval of resolution 7040 as presented.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion or comment? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Clint, resolution 7040 is approved and adopted. 7041?
Yes, so this is to accept a professional services proposal from Jade Consulting, and this is for the Restore project, which is the ALDOT Capacity 4 South project, in an amount not to exceed $728,990. And these are for improvements from Canal Road back to East Second on the south side of the canal, which includes improving existing streets, constructing complete streets, and providing additional access management in the Waterway Village area.
Any questions for Clint on, council on resolution 7041?
Move for the adoption of resolution 7041 as presented.
Second. Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 7041 is approved and adopted. Clint, 7042.
All right, the next one is a supplemental services agreement for barge design solutions for the Waterway West Boulevard project in an amount not to exceed $35,000. And this is due to having to do some utility relocations that were not included in the original budget. And also it adds in the bid phase services because we had asked them to do some other work earlier when they had to redesign that traffic signal. So this is not to exceed $35,000, and we do have this budgeted in next year's budget. And I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, Clint. Council, any questions? 7042.
Move for the
Motion to
adoption
adopt
of
resolution 7043.
second.
2.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 7042 is approved and adopted. Clint, next, 7043.
This is just authorizing the mayor to execute a couple of electrical easements for Baldwin EMC. The first one is for Waterway East Boulevard. It's the southern end of the airport property. It's a 10-foot electrical easement so that the utilities, we're trying to get the power lines underground from 2nd Street all the way to Commerce Drive. And so this is the portion that the city owns. And then the other one is the high school site. It's just an easement for access to operate, maintain the distribution lines as necessary on the site. And be glad to answer any questions if you have any.
Thank you, Clint. Council, any questions for Clint on Resolution 7043?
Move for the adoption of Resolution 7043 and waive its reading.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion or comment? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 7043 is approved and adopted. Thank you, Clint. Tanya? Got something for us for Resolution 7044?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Mayor Kraft and Council. No changes from last week. On behalf of the HR Department, we're requesting a transition of our benefit brokerage services from McGriff to CAC Specialty and Cobbs Allen. This will not disrupt any current benefit services that are occurring at this time. However, it would provide some additional support for human resources, some prescriptions cost savings, and additional benefit plan options going forward. Staff conducted a review just to ensure the city is receiving the best value and support for their employees. And on September the 3rd, we provided 3 options to the Finance Committee, which they selected to move forward with CAC. There are no budget impacts for this transition in services, so I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Tanya. Council, any questions for Tanya on Resolution 7044?
Move for the adoption of Resolution 7044 and waive its reading.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion or comment? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 7044 is approved and adopted. Thank you, Tanya. Next, we have 2 ordinances at the end of this discussion, and they're, Andy, your first one is on an annexation.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council, and City Clerk Waters. This is an annexation request from Mr. Chris Wiegert. He seeks to annex his property located at 22138 Creek Road. The property is currently developed with a mobile home. It's currently zoned rural agricultural in Baldwin County. Therefore, upon annexation, it'll be automatically zoned agricultural in zoning district in the city. The reason for annexation is so that his children can attend city school system. And I've got a couple location maps here. The property is highlighted in blue. Creek Road is off of Cotton Creek or north of Cotton Creek Drive. So you see the location of the property, and there is the mobile home that exists on the property. Be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Andy. That's ordinance 2176.
Move that we suspend rules of procedure that we may consider the ordinance.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to suspend the rules. Toby?
Mr. Garris.
Aye.
Mr. Sinek.
Aye.
Mr. Harris.
Aye.
Dr. Dyken.
Aye.
Mr. Jones.
Aye.
Mayor Kraft.
Aye. The rules are suspended. We're free to consider ordinance 2176.
Move for the
Motion to
adoption.
consider ordinance 2176.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance as presented. Any discussion or comment? Toby?
Mr. Garris.
Aye.
Mr. Sinek.
Aye.
Mr. Harris.
Aye.
Dr. Dyken.
Aye.
Mr. Jones.
Aye.
Mayor Kraft.
Aye. Ordinance 2176 is approved and adopted. Thank you, Andy. Anna? This is ordinance 2177.
Yes, sir, there are no changes from last week. The owner of Jersey Taxi LLC is requesting a taxi franchise and has met all of the prerequisite requirements. And if approved, she will pay the additional annual $200 franchise fee and obtain a City of Gulf Shores business license.
Thank you, Anna. Council, any questions for Anna on ordinance 2177?
Move that we suspend rules of procedure that we may consider the ordinance.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to suspend the rules.
Mr. Garris.
Aye.
Mr. Sinek.
Aye.
Mr. Harris.
Aye.
Dr. Dyken.
Aye.
Mr. Jones.
Aye.
Mayor Kraft.
Aye. The rules are suspended. We're free to consider ordinance 2177.
Move for the adoption of ordinance 2177 as presented and waive its reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion? Nope.
Mr. Garris.
Aye.
Mr. Sinek.
Aye.
Mr. Harris.
Aye.
Dr. Dyken.
Aye.
Mr. Jones.
Aye.
Mayor Kraft.
Aye. That is all the business that we have before the council for this evening. Are there any committee reports? staff reports. We got any staff members that have an additional update? Thank you, Clint.
Yes, just wanted to remind everybody about the intersection closure that went into effect today. You probably saw it on our social media. We've put it out there a couple of times. Terrence, can you pull up that PDF for me? So the intersection, can you go back to the first page? Yeah. Yeah, so the intersection of East Second Street and East 24th Avenue, that closure went into effect today. You can see the pedestrian bridge construction site there to the north. And so just wanted to let everybody know. And so this is right between Tacky Jack's and Big Beach Brewery. So, you know, if you want to get to Big Beach, you got to come from 3rd Street. If you want to get to Tacky Jack's or Acme, you got to come either from Gulf Avenue or from West Canal. But so all those businesses are open. It's just the intersection that's closed right now. And so this will be approximately 2 weeks, hopefully sooner if things go well with the contractor. And then after that 2 weeks, if you can go to the second page, Terrence, then we'll reopen 24th Avenue to east-west traffic, and they'll close 2nd Street between 23rd and 24th so that they can build the parking and all the improvements there. So just wanted to let everybody know about that. If you have any questions.
Thank you, Clint. Council, any questions? Anybody in the audience with any questions on this you'd like to ask Clint while we're here?
Clint, there's a couple businesses there. Have y'all notified them?
Yes, and so the contractor's going to work with them to get their employees in and out. It's just closed to through traffic because we don't want everybody driving through there, but they'll make every accommodation possible to get, you know, like for Sunny 105 or some of those other businesses.
We got our signage plan implemented today, so
yeah,
traffic rerouting signage.
So Public Works has all the signs with all the directional signage showing everybody how to get there. And they're, of course, closing down Shrimp Fest today, but they'll be putting those signs up over the next couple of days. And we're going to put a couple of message boards up tomorrow, too.
Are there any anticipated future stoppage of traffic on 24?
After these 2 weeks, it'll be open until at the very end when they're doing the final paving, but that'll just be a one-day thing.
Thank you. Any other questions or any other staff reports to come forward? Anything from the school, Mr. Corcoran?
Yes, sir. Mayor, council, thank you for the opportunity. I'd like to recognize Dr. Sonia Price and Dr. Nikki Gottschall, who are still with us right now for the Make Waves of Kindness. It really is an incredible program. Their motto is "Kind people are my kind of people." And Dr. Price runs our exceptional education program for our exceptional students and does a tremendous job, and we're grateful for her presence. I also see where you're going to be having a marathon, a half marathon, a 5K, and a 0.7K. I want to assure you I'll be signing up for one of those. Most likely the 0.43 mile one, but that's still yet to be determined. But I do want to share Dr. Aiken is at a superintendent's conference today, and Dr. Harrison had to attend to some family business. So I want to share with you that Gulf Shore City Schools has been awarded a competitive grant of $733,000 from the National Academies of Science, Engineering, and Medicine's Gulf Research Program to expand through a transformative 3-year initiative titled Alabama Gulf Coast Resiliency Project, Sustainability Full Steam Ahead. And Jessica Sampley, who does a lot of our grant writing, this is a very competitive grant, a very prestigious grant. It's for $733,000 to continue with the theme that you all have set out, and that's sustainability of the Gulf Coast. So we're excited for that program.
Thank you.
With that, any questions of the schools? I'm here for you.
Council, anything?
Thanks again for all you do.
There's a football game Friday, wasn't there?
There was a football game Friday. It was at Mickey Miller Blackwell Stadium on the beautiful new turf that's been supplied by the city. And we ran hard and fast on it, and we were able to beat the Spanish Fort Toros 24-19, first time in the last 16 contests. So great news for Coach Hudd. Some of the players weren't even bored last time we beat Spanish Fort. So it's a good trend, and it was a great contest, and we're grateful once again for all you do at the Mickey Miller Blackwell Stadium for us. Thank you, Dr. Dyken, for bringing that up.
Congratulations. Point in the agenda where if there's anyone that has any questions or comments they'd like to present to the council, we'd like to hear from you about anything, any topic, anything.
I'm gonna speak, but not about what you think I'll speak
Okay, come on the microphone.
Two different things. First, last week, Steve brought out that something got booked at Erie Meyer and we had to use the Waterway parking lot for Shrimp Festival pickup. That was a big deal. I think VR and Kevin and all of us felt like that was really nice to have people coming by our businesses and learning about that parking lot. So encourage you to book the Erie Meyer Center again and let us do that there for any other events. And then the other thing, I want to acknowledge Scott because as part of the transition work we're doing on 24th, Scott made something happen in Google in 2 days from a directional thing, which the last time I tried to do that in one speech, it took 2 years. So I appreciate his efforts. We're not done yet, but thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it. Anybody else? We've got Representative Francis Hope Jones here. You got any news or any comments for us?
Appreciate all that y'all are doing. I'm proud of it.
Thank you for being here, listening and paying attention to what we need in the city. So we very much appreciated for what you do for this whole region of the Gulf Coast. So thank you. Anybody else? Again, anything? Thank you for being here, and we stand. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Second, all that rock.
All that.